Hello there, Geoff Barton here. Here's your ASCL end of week briefing for Friday the 20th of October. Hope all is well with you. Greetings from Suffolk, or as we're calling it today, Waterworld. So three things. First of all, the NFER, very well respected organisation, has done a survey and published a report which is looking at the impact of the National Tutoring Programme. You know that we've had lots of frustrations about the National Tutoring Programme, but the basic concept we think is a very good concept. Tutoring, having a one-to-one tuition was something that traditionally was the preserve of those parents who could afford it, and actually making that available nationally, particularly to children from disadvantaged backgrounds. Great concept. The problem was the way it was implemented meant that the money wasn't coming into schools. And what the report yesterday from NFER says is what we've always been saying: trust the profession, because somebody who knows the child, knows their curriculum, can match those things up in school. That is bound to be better, and sure enough, that's better than going out to third parties. That's what the report says, and that's why what we would be saying is, can you just do that? Treasury, when you make money available for tutoring, and it needs to be continuing to be available, can we just ensure that it goes directly to the people who know the young person and can make the impact? That's what that report was saying. Let's take that theme, secondly, of trust the profession, because today we had a meeting and then there was a letter which was sent to me, copy in our email today, from the Secretary of State for Education, who wants to talk about minimum service level agreements. That's basically making changes to industrial action when it happens, and who can and who can't be on strike if you ever get to a position of strikes. I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions. You can see what we're saying in that today. My only comment here would be that I think probably most parents, and certainly most children and young people, would kind of hope that what we were getting from the Secretary of State for Education was a focus on education at a time when we can't recruit, we can't retain, when our schools literally are crumbling, and we've got a third of young people who are the forgotten third. Why can't we focus on the big stuff in education? And then finally, just to say, it was a genuine pleasure this week in Taunton and then in London just to meet so many of you and to be reminded of what you are dealing with. As one head teacher said to me, Geoff, I know you were a head teacher pre-COVID for all of those years. The job is unrecognisable now. And I just got this incredibly strong sense, I've written about it in our blog today, of the public service you are relentlessly showing on behalf of communities, of parents, of young people who aren't, should we say, necessarily queuing up to give you lots of thanks for what you're doing, but gosh, we see the immense work you're doing. And so in the blog today, I pay tribute to you using that great philosopher, Winnie the Pooh. It never hurts to keep looking for sunshine. The sunshine is lying ahead, I guarantee that. Finally, let's have a frontline funny. This is from Rachel Burtonshaw, whose grandchild said to his dad, "You're not in work today, Dad?" "No, I've got COVID. I'm not feeling very well." "Are you working from home then?" "No, I'm not well enough. It's a bit hard to breathe." Grandson: "What, do you do a lot of breathing at work?" Wonderful. Look, if you've got half term coming up or a few days off, you take time to breathe and time to see through the darkness to the sunshine that I think is coming up ahead. Have a read of the blog and you'll see why we think that actually there is more good news probably awaiting us in the coming year. But before then, let's have a weekend. We'll leave you in peace next week, so no communications from us. But if you want to tell us things, as always, you feel free to do that. And if you need professional support, well, that's why we're here. It's why you pay your subscriptions. You look after yourself, and we'll resurface after the half-term break.